Primulas. There are lots and lots of different types of them. This is really lovely. This is one of our natives. This is Primula elata. Really sweet, lovely little flowers in clusters on these long stems over good dark green foliage. Primula elata, one of our fabulous native plants here in the UK, often known as the oxslip. It has lovely long stems, and then you have clusters of tiny yellow, pale yellow flowers on the top. Good dark greens, they are clump forming. They like to grow in dry shade, so they are for woodland areas. If you ever find this plant growing wild in a woodland, it is an indicator of ancient woodlands, finding Primula elata out in that sort of area. They are brilliant, so you can put them in a dry shady patch behind trees and shrubs. They don't mind being in half shade. Excellent little plants, and if you can, allow them to self-seed and naturalise around, or if you want to collect seed from them, collect it fresh and literally tip the seed head and scatter it straight off the plant into your container, and that's the best way to get it to germinate. Primula vulgaris, our common primrose. Absolutely fantastic out in the woodlands at the moment. It is one of the early harbingers of spring. Look at these lovely soft yellow flowers with these gorgeous dark markings in the centre there. Lovely thing. Primula vulgaris, the native primrose. Really super plant. Now in Hampshire we call ourselves the Primrose County, because if you go driving down the lanes or even down some of the bigger motorways, you will find primroses on the banks, absolutely in full flower at this time of the year. So we're talking about middle of March to the beginning of April. That is their season for looking fantastic. Really, really super things. So these are something you can grow in the garden, and you can put them into semi-shady spots, somewhere where they get a little bit of sun at this time of the year but are in shade when it comes to the summertime, because that's when they're dormant, and they will look fantastic. They like a slightly damper ground if possible, and you can naturalise them, allow them to actually seed around all over the place. Now all of these native plants, which are wildflower plants, it is illegal to go out and dig them up from the ground. Please do not do that, but please enjoy them where you see them. They are fantastic, and they bring in lots and lots of pollinators at this time of the year. The early bumbles and all that sort of thing find a lot of food from these early flowering spring woodland plants. Primula Barbara Midwinter, low growing, lovely dark stems to these green leaves, and look at this amazing pink flower that comes up over the top. Primula Barbara Midwinter is a low carpeting primula, so the leaves don't get any taller than they are here, but they will spread out and make a big round clump, and then they come up with these amazing bright cherry burgundy flowers with a lovely clear centre to them like that. They have red stems to the leaves, and they are great. They flower for a good length of time. They stay really nice and low. They'll go underneath shrubs, they'll go underneath things like peonies. Excellent to give you a bit of early colour in the garden. Easy to lift and divide. Primula Guinevere, lovely dark foliage and beautiful lilac pink flowers, contrasting dark buds. Primula Guinevere. Now this is one of the dark-leaved primulas, so you can see that the foliage comes up of beautiful sort of purpley green colour, and it makes lovely clumps, and then you get these lilac flowers with a yellow centre to them, and it gets covered in flowers. Now this is one of those strange plants, because when the leaf is low, the flowers are on single stems. So as you can see, when the leaves are low, the flowers are on single stems, very much like your normal primrose. And it's quite interesting because once the leaf gets bigger, then it changes. So you have a single stem like this from down there, and then you get all of these flowers on top of that single stem like a polyanthus, and that single stem will go up and go higher, and then you will just get the whole plant looking as though it is completely covered in these flowers. And if you look at this one, you can see what I mean. Single stem, loads of buds over the top. This way the plant can start flowering a lot earlier and then go on up, and it looks fantastic right the way through into probably end of April, beginning of May. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed these, please subscribe to our channel and enjoy watching other videos we have made.